Judging from the name of our first story, you might think we took a trip to the coast. But the Commodore Hotel isn't near the ocean. It's in the lovely but landlocked little town of Linden. Cindy Carter met the couple that refurbished a dilapidated old bank and turned it into a destination fit for a Commodore.
When the weekend rolls around in Linden, Tennessee, you'll need to follow State Route 100 to the town square. Hang a right at the classic car, walk past the Minnie Pearl statue, and make a hard left when you hear the music play. That's when you'll know you've reached your destination, the Commodore Hotel. A historic hotel that has reemerged as the place in Linden to stop in, stop by, or spend a night or two.
And there aren't a lot of historic hotels left. They've been, especially in small towns, they've been knocked down because there was no business.
Not here, not anymore. Business is back at the old hotel thanks to owners Michael and Kathy Dumont, who fell in love with the Commodore in 2004.
No intention of ever running a hotel. We were going to renovate it and turn it over to an operator, and that was our plan. And things change.
Boy, did they. After years of disregard and dilapidation, the Dumonts turned the hotel and Linden into a destination, like it was back when the town was a frequent overnight stop in between Nashville and Memphis.
We have stories of Elvis coming through here and Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
Elvis supposedly had his hair cut here in town one day.
It was a shave.
Oh, it was a shave.
Yes.
Okay.
The original building was built in 1939 by local businessman Robert Staley, who ran the hotel and café until he passed away in the 1950s.
It went into disrepair for about 25 years, and then we bought it.
Bought it and slowly brought the hotel back to life, much to the great interest of the locals who were understandably curious about these strangers from the Northeast.
The town embraced the project and us at that time because while we were renovating, my whole job basically was my days were spent touring people around. The local townspeople and everything would come to town. They would say, I'm so glad that you're saving this.
And the Dumonts wanted to save as much of the original hotel as they possibly could, while modernizing it to keep their guests comfortable. The Commodore's lobby just feels like something out of an old movie or television show. Behind the front desk, the restored staircase leads to the second floor guest rooms, and no two are exactly alike.
Everything in the rooms is pretty much original. There were 4 bathrooms up there for 14 rooms when we first bought this, so we left those original bathrooms because they're quirky.
Rest assured, each bedroom now has its own unique bathroom and offers its own unique experience. Like the Commodore's quarters, the nautical-themed room, like the hotel, is named for not this Commodore, but this one, Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry, a hero from the War of 1812. Or the Newport Suite, which pays subtle tribute to Commodore Perry's hometown of Newport, Rhode Island. The Dumonts can also customize the rooms with birthday, wedding, or other celebratory extras. The Commodore Hotel's footprint is actually larger than this building. There are 11 rooms inside the original hotel. But just a few steps down the sidewalk, there are 9 more renovated rooms inside what was once the town's boarding house. And a little further, on top of the old bank building, there's a loft space, bringing the total to 21. Yes, the Commodore does stretch out a bit along Main Street, but that gives guests an opportunity to dive into Linden's shops and businesses that have popped up around the town square since the hotel reopened.
It wasn't an easy path because when we opened this thing up, we had no goodwill built in. It wasn't a tourism destination, and so it took us a long time to get interest. A lot of things happened, some organically, some were forced.
That's because not long after the Dumonts moved to the area, a recession gave Linden the distinction of having the second largest unemployment rate in the country. There were few jobs, few visitors, and plenty of boarded up buildings. A little Linden reinvention was in order, and the hotel's reinvention was the start.
So to have a 24/7 presence in a small town is actually a real benefit to the local community and the local business community.
Now the small town is once again a stop for folks who want to get away, enjoy history, appreciate art, maybe even fish or kayak on the nearby Buffalo River, all of which the Commodore tries to facilitate.
People from the big cities, we thought it's peace and quiet, get away from the city, take a breath, lower your blood pressure.
And the Commodore Hotel is also, once again, a place where locals can gather to mix and mingle with those big city folks and each other.
We have our speakeasy or bar lounge, and then we also have a restaurant which is open for lunch and dinner on weekends, and we have live music on Friday and some Saturday nights.
So if you want to join in on the fun, you don't really need directions. Once you get to Linden, it's easy to spot the Commodore Hotel. It's the place that looks like history, but feels like home.